I'm Sujay, Feng Shui Intuitive here to empower you through this ancient Feng Shui knowledge. Today, I'll be continuing with the Wealth series, specifically my top 5 Feng Shui musts to activate your prosperity. I promise these are not your typical Feng Shui wealth tips because I'm not sharing rules. No, we're beyond that. I'm sharing the real root of what creates wealth here. So if you're ready to know the truth, let's go. So my number 1 Feng Shui must for wealth. Make your wallet and your bag into a money magnet. And maybe some of you are thinking, wait, I thought this was about my home. And yes, your wallet and your bag isn't technically your home, but your wealth actually begins where you keep your money, aka your money home, your wallet and your bag. So let's get real honest here. What's inside yours right now? Does it feel intentional? Does it feel ready to receive? Or does it feel a little chaotic, filled with old receipts and expired cards, random scraps of paper, forgotten just in case items? By the way, just in case is a code word in my book for scarcity mindset. So, if you're serious about changing your money situation, you have to start respecting the home that holds your money because everything is a reflection. So, here's how we make your wallet into a money magnet. First, clear out old energy and create space for new. Remove all that junk in there. It's a precious real estate. Second, stop carrying bags and wallets that are falling apart. Broken zippers, peeling leather, torn lighting, clutter screaming, scarcity mindset. Yeah, we're moving all of that. And for some of you, maybe your wallet deserves an upgrade. Third, now is when we place your money magnet intention. What's that? Let me share what those are for me. And this isn't to tell you to do the same thing. This is just to give you an idea because it should be your own version of money magnet, not mine. For me, I always carry a fresh crisp of cash inside my wallet. I also have my talisman and a card infused with jasmine essential oil because nothing makes me feel more luxurious. And my mom, she literally carries gold bar in her wallet. She also taught me to place the money facing backwards, symbolically keeping the money in instead of out. And honestly, I used to laugh at those things, but not anymore because now I understand that these practices are not superstition. They're your intention, and it is your intention that creates the money magnet energy. So, what about you? What is your money magnet intention for your wallet and your bag? Share in the comments. I would love to know. Feng Shui must for wealth. Number 2, I get my front entrance ready and roll out my red carpet for my wealth. What do I mean? In Feng Shui, the front door is called mouth of qi. It's where all the energy flows through, including your money. It's also the face of your home. It's the very first impression that you make with the universe. And unfortunately, a lot of people completely neglect this area. Whenever I walk my dog around the neighborhood, I can sense the state of people living in any home just by looking at their front entrance. Because everything is a reflection, and your front entrance is your daily energy. So it intimately mirrors your current state. You do this too. When you see a home with nice entrance, you look twice. And guess what? You just sent them that wealth energy. People forget that we are that infinite energetic beings having human experience, meaning we are the biggest energy. In fact, wealth energy isn't some random set of energy that gives out money. It's really an accumulation of energy that you attract. That flow is what brings that abundance. When you see a home with brightly lit entrance, flowers, and clear numbers shown by a lovely looking door, your energy naturally wants to go inside and see what else is behind that door. Versus a home with outgrown landscape, dark cluttered, and spider broken things by the entrance. And I know you have seen them in your neighborhood and hopefully not yours. You probably fast walk by there. Well, I definitely do, with an energetic bubble protecting my energy. 2 different entrances create total different experience. So make it easy for the energy to flow into your home. Does your home entrance need some makeover right now? Okay, so I want to mention here, don't catfish your wealth energy either. Meaning, don't just make the face of your home amazing, but have the rest of your home in hot mess. Just as the entrance to your home is important, every pathways and doors inside your home is important to keep that wealth in. Keep all your hallways and doors and areas, especially around the center of your home, open and inviting too. Feng Shui must for wealth. Number 3, bringing your symbol of abundance. One thing I'm opposed to is blindly buying random Feng Shui objects online just because some Asian person told you it attracts wealth. I'm not for that because no object has power if it means nothing to you. Feng Shui isn't about copying someone else's versions of abundance. It's about lining your environment with the prosperity energy that you feel inside. So instead of filling your home with random wealth cures, I want you to tune into something much deeper and ask the question, what makes you feel abundant? What generally activates that wealth frequency in you? And your answer might be completely different from mine. And honestly, that's the best part because the more personal it is, the more powerful it becomes. So let me share my own personal wealth activation, and this isn't for you to copy. Once again, it's for an idea, and of course, if you resonate, you can use it too. Feel free. So here we go. Number 1, smell. I love essential oil, especially jasmine and vetiver. They just make me feel luxurious. I bring that vibration in my bathroom through the soaps I use and in the living room through scented candles. My strongest sense in human design is scent, and it's so true. Nothing activates my feeling of abundance and a luxurious set of smell. Number 2, my bed setup. Listen, nothing says I deserve wealth more than thoughtfully placed bedding. What activates wealth is your feeling, and nothing makes me feel that more than where I spend 30% of my life. A lot of thought goes into my sleeping situation, from a color, texture, layer blankets and throws. I have grounding sheets and organite below my bed to create that safe and calming space for me to rest. And maybe you might not correlate that bedding is related to your wealth, but here's the thing. Everything is in alignment. If you can create the feeling of being taken care of by your bed and your bedding, the same energy will show up for your life, including your wealth. You want to be taken care of? Take care of yourself in one place that only you can for yourself. Number 3, tea ceremonies. I'm obsessed with tea. The whole ritual of slowing down, preparing tea beautifully, and drinking intentionally. There's nothing else that makes me feel abundant this way. And if you haven't tried this before, try it. You're going to feel like you're on a personal vacation away from it all. Number 4, handmade objects. I surround myself with handmade pieces for my home because they're enriched with soul. They're high vibration that brings me up. We often neglect this aspect, wanting more affordable things that are mass produced, and I do that too sometimes. But whenever possible, I try to power up my home by bringing one-of-a-kind objects made by the artisans I love. They're not just for aesthetics. They come with the energy of the person who made them with love and attention. And to me, that's invaluable. Number 5, water fountain. This one is so powerful when placed right with the Feng Shui principle, and I can really activate the attraction, locking creativity and money with this. In fact, my first viral video was a direct result of this. Okay, so I'll stop here because I can go on and on about what makes me feel abundant, but this isn't about me. This is about you. So I recommend that you take some time to ask yourself and get clear about what makes you feel that vibration and bring that into your home. In fact, I want to know what that is for you. So share in the comments. Feng Shui must do for wealth. Number 4, take care of your stove. Stove is a big deal in Feng Shui. It's the main source of fire element in your home, and fire is what makes things happen. Just like the sun, the biggest fire energy for our world, stove is that sun for you, for your home. It allows you to make food, nourish your body, but more than that, kitchen is where we gather our friends and family to share the goodness. So yeah, I say stove is a big deal. So make sure they're working well and you're using all the burners for the stovetop, because if you're just using your favorite one, and we all do, I do too, you're only tapping into one source of income stream. I intentionally remind myself to use the other one. So keep them all clean and obviously no clutter. And I also love the intention of placing mirror by your stove to double your abundance. Make your stove shine like new, and you'll be surprised how directly intertwined they are to your wealth. I want to share a story here. When I was looking for my home, my current home, I walked into this one home that felt really heavy and blocked, even when the space was completely empty. The astrology of the home showed that the home was going through a 20-year money lock. And guess what? The home really reflected that. The stove was broken, and it seemed like it was broken for a long time. Not surprised there. But you know what's really interesting? The landlord offered to provide another stove without replacing the other one. How ridiculous is that? That they didn't want to fix it or take it out of the home, but just wanted to add another one. It certainly didn't make any sense explaining the lock, but it does explain the lock and continuation going forward. So obviously, there's no way I was going to go into a home with a broken thing, but a stove? No, thank you very much. Feng Shui must do for wealth, number 5. This might surprise you, but also, in my opinion, the one that we can all use more of. Energetically clean your home and everything in it. This is a big mistake if you aren't practicing space clearing. For instance, you wouldn't think twice about cleaning your home regularly, but do you energetically clean your home? If you never took the time to do the space clearing for your home, let this be your sign. And yes, we live in a physical world, but our world is made out of energy before it was even physical. Just like we are made out of energy, spiritual beings having human experience, your home and everything in it comes with consciousness and energy. And yes, just like we need to clean our body physically after a long day, your home and everything in it needs a reset and cleanse. And also, it's important to know I don't bring anything into my home, especially a secondhand item. I love thrifting and vintage shopping without this practice. I always, let me repeat, always clean them physically and smudge them to energetically clear them before use. It is so important that you remove them from their past experiences because I don't know where they've been. The same goes for your home. If you don't do intentional space clearing of your home, all the emotions and heaviness gets collected in your home over time. So please remember to do this. The whole topic of how to do a space clearing can be a whole nother video. So I'll keep it short here. And by the way, if this interests you, let me know. Maybe it can be a future video. So there it is, my top 5 must-do for wealth. And I hope this helped you to understand more about how to cultivate that abundance for you. If it did, please like this video and subscribe to my channel for me. And if you haven't watched the Feng Shui Must-Not for Wealth, all the things you need to avoid for abundance, I highly recommend watching that. You're incredible, powerful beings awakening to live your best life. I love you and thank you for being part of my community. Until next time, bye.